So, how, just want to give you how the material is organized for today's webinar. Initially, I will take you through the, big announcement and, news around i6-based Itanium or Integrity servers. And then Bhaskar will dive deeper into HPUX innovations that bring all the improvements on the new servers to life. And then I will take, I'll take back, the control from him and then talk about what we are building, for the future. All right. So there are some exciting things that we are building, one in the immediate future, and the other one is for, is a vision for the longer term solution evolution. So with that, we could dive into the, presentation right away. It's great to get started with, customer perspective. So before I take you through the details here, just want to share with you that our general manager, Randy Mayer, made an announcement about a week ago, 11th of May, about availability of refreshed Itanium-based Integrity servers. And then he also talked about, HP's vision on, how we build further from here on HPUX and on Integrity servers. So Burson Auto, leading player in Australia. So they actually run their core business processes on HPUX, and then they supply automotive parts for accessories and other workshop equipment to customers in Australia. So they're very excited about the fact that we are not just bringing i6-based servers, but we are also bringing a number of new capabilities through Fusion HPUX 2000 release. And in addition, we are actually refreshing and then making new storage solutions, or the I/O capabilities of the server has gotten significantly enhanced. And they're also pretty pleased about the continued innovation and then long-term vision of HP for HPUX. So I will share more about both of these aspects as we go through the presentation, but it's always great to hear this, from customers. Here is the, core of what we are planning, what we are announcing right now. So all of this got announced on the 11th of May by our general manager, Randy Mayer, and Intel also announced this along with us. So in a nutshell, what is happening is that the Kitson processor, these are called i6 processors. So these are the newest processors of Itanium, and these are follow-ons from what you probably are aware of as Paulson. Paulson was i4 servers, and then Kitson basically follows on to Paulson, and these are branded i6 processors. So we've taken these i6 processors and then put them into all three form factors of our servers, that is blades, superdomes, and then racks. So the entire lineup of Integrity servers is refreshed with the new i6 processors that have just come in. And while the hardware improvement happens with the processor upgrade, there is also the connectivity, I/O connectivity to this entire box, and that has gotten refreshed as well by enabling I/O connectivity to the latest storage solutions, both XP and 3-bar. And so All of these improvements are available seamlessly to customers with a seamless upgrade of HPUX to the 2017 release that is just coming up later this month. And that is precisely how we have actually provided improvements to customers in the past as well. So there is a great deal of continuity, and all of your processes will continue to work right. All that you will need to do is just go ahead and then install the newest version of the operating environment, HPUX operating environment. All the improvements that happen and that are available with hardware and that have gone into the software will be available to you seamlessly to your applications, and the applications do not have to change, right? So there is binary compatibility, and then we are building on top of that. And this is also the benefit of our strategy of HPUX 11IV3, right? So we have not done 11IV4, and so that reduces the amount of complexity for you. You don't have to actually go back and then do significant new qualifications. All of that work is taken care of by HPE, and the newest solutions are available for ordering in June, and the software associated with it, HPUX, will also be available at the same time. So taking a little bit more deeper dive into what is really coming, right? So like I mentioned to you, the processor is changing. The core processor is going from Paulson to Kitson. So these are 9700 series processors. And, the other improvement that we certainly want to get your attention to is that there is 8 terabyte memory available for every instance of the operating system. So we've doubled the amount of memory available to every instance of the operating system. It's gone from 4 terabytes to 8 terabytes. And like I mentioned earlier, we have altered the IO connectivity in the sense that we have actually brought the best of storage, both XP and 3-PAR, and especially 3-PAR all-flash solution. They work seamlessly with HPUX now, and all of these improvements come in, with binary compatibility, right? So all of these improvements are made available to your applications without the applications having to change. Now, the exciting thing that you might want to take away from here is that we have added, some industry-leading technology to our Kitson-based processor-based server line, and non-volatile memory is evolving very quickly, and we've seen that fast, reliable, resilient memory being made available on the server can have significant positive impact on applications. So we are introducing the new NVM-based workload accelerator into Kitson-based server line, and this is solution that will continue to evolve. What we have, with Kitson-based servers will be available initially in June, will continue to get evolved as the NVM technology evolves. So that's a significant a positive investment in technology for HPUX-based servers, and you will continue to reap the benefits of this investment over time as the non-volatile memory technology evolves. So going from the hardware to the software aspects of the solution. So some of you are probably aware that in 2016, we had one of the largest software releases in the history of HPUX. So in addition to the annual Fusion cycle, we actually introduced online vPAR migration capability. We introduced new file system and volume management into HPUX, the Veritas 6.1. And then we also added the capability to manage HPUX from cloud using OpenStack. So we've continued to build on the releases that we did in last year, that is 2016, and then we have added additional improvements to security, service guard, and some of the capabilities that were introduced in 2016 have gotten improved as well, and all of them have combined together to form Fusion 2017 release, and that will be available with kits and platforms at release right now. The other important aspect to consider, though, is it is not just the hardware and the software, but it is the support life, right? So high quality support matters quite a lot because you run business critical applications on HPUX. So the standard support for HPUX based solutions has now been extended up to 2025 with this release. And that gives you the confidence to invest and continue to run your mission critical workloads on HPUX. So here is some feedback from customers and partners and analysts when we released this news on the 11th of May. It's very heartening to hear from Register saying that they actually see maturity by HP in refreshing the server line and then establishing a vision for the future. So that's very gratifying. The PC World quote there, basically says this is innovation beyond processors. That's clearly something that we are doing. We are investing a lot beyond the processors, and HPUX customers are important, and we understand, you want to keep your workloads continuing to run. So we are investing in all the peripherals, all the improvements that are necessary to improve system performance. And then Ashutosh from Actifo, basically underlines the importance of binary compatibility. So this is something that we have built into the DNA of how we function. So binary compatibility continues to be available in HPUX, and that makes the whole process of update and upgrade seamless. So this is a slightly different representation of the same information. Essentially, we are building, platforms, that is 3 form factors like I mentioned earlier, rack-based RX 2800 servers, blades, and then superdomes, all built on the 9700 series, also known as kits. So the frequency of these processors goes up to 2.66 gigahertz. And then this is a follow-on from i2 and i4. So we call them Tukwila and Paulson internally. While the processor itself is changing, like I mentioned, the DIMMs, memory DIMMs that we actually make available in the servers have gotten refreshed as well. And then the amount of memory made available per instance of the operating system has gotten doubled, like I mentioned to you. And then, the I/O connectivity has gotten refreshed. And then we have added NVMe-based workload accelerator solution as well. I'll speak to that in a little bit more detail later in the slide deck. So the Fusion release of HPUX, provides significant improvements, and Bhaskar will be diving deeper into it. I'll just give a high-level overview. There are significant new benefits in going to a new file system based on 6.1 solution. And then a long-standing, customer requirement of online live migration of vPARs, which is heavily used by customers in the production environment. So that is available with this release. And then smart quorum and service which is actually a very important capability to reduce the possibility of failure in disaster recovery solution. And it makes it intelligent, and it is a significant differentiator, and ensures that your DR solution actually works when it's expected to. And we continue to work closely with our ISVs, and we understand a lot of you run Oracle on our platforms. And so 12c R1 support is there. We are continuing to work with Oracle on their follow-on updates to Oracle database releases. The other important thing is that we have actually made HPUX OpenStack manageable, in the sense customers can actually go ahead and then manage HPUX servers the same way you manage any other servers based on x86 in your environment. It takes away the complexity and the need to learn special tools for managing HPUX, and it makes HPUX cloud ready, private cloud ready in that case, in that sense where customers have adopted OpenStack based solutions. So we've received very positive feedback from customers on that improvement as well. So in terms of timelines, like I mentioned, there was a blog announcing the solution, the entire solution, that is Kitson-based server refresh, and then HPUX Fusion release. So all of these are orderable as of 5th of June, and then the systems will begin to ship in middle of June. The important underlying part here is that there is a significant additional value here, and HP has chosen not to change the price. So at the same price, there is a significant new value that is being offered to customers. So this is about, what's the improvement that we are seeing by connecting the new storage, that is 3PAR and XP, to Kitson-based servers. So we understand that HPUX customers, use their infrastructure both with XP and with 3PAR, and all of the improvements that are made on the storage, right? Improvements in the speeds and feeds, improvements in reliability, improvements in, ability to manage data. All of those improvements come readily available to customers. And the latest and the greatest of, 3PAR is now supported and qualified with HPUX. So, we have actually done some, performance measurements within the lab, and we've seen some very encouraging results, with the experiments that we've run so far. So here is a slide that captures the essence of what we are observing. So on the left-hand side, the graph basically gives you an illustration of the improvement in workload compared to Superdome running on Montvale-based systems. So this is pre-Tukwila, pre-i2 system with EVA storage. When the same workload is taken from that environment and is run on the newest Superdome 2, that is Kitson-based Superdome 2 with 3PAR, the improvement that we get is about 3.25x. That's massive improvement for the same workload. And, the comparison when we do for Superdome 2 with Kitson-based servers, and then, Superdome 2 based on Tukwila, yields 2.6x improvement. So these are massive improvements in performance for the same workloads as you go from the older generation servers to the newer generation servers. And of course, there is usage of, improved storage connectivity, and all put together, it actually delivers significant performance, delta for the customers. The other important, point to highlight here is, we're seeing about 30%, more than 30% improvement in workloads when we compare, Paulson-based, that is i4-based systems with similar spec i6 systems. And the non-volatile memory-based solution that I talked about a little bit earlier is, playing a, significant role in making that improvement available to customers. So there is a very large performance improvement to be had as customers move from older generation, HPUX systems to the Kitson-based systems as we're seeing it. So here are some, customer testimonials related to that. Greaves Cotton is, actually saw significant improvement in performance. So what they were really looking for was a stable platform to run their business critical application. They considered various alternatives. There were 3 other vendors, along with HPE who were competing for that business. And then finally, Greaves selected HPE. And this is for modernizing their SAP platform. And they selected HPE, and they are very pleased with, the improvements that they're seeing in reliability, performance, and availability. Similarly, the credit rating agency CIBIL, right? So in addition to seeing significant performance boost, they're very pleased with the fact that the newer solutions are taking a much smaller amount of space in the data center, and it's actually made their support life easier, and the energy costs have come down significantly. Person, I mentioned about this towards the beginning. So they, actually quadrupled their performance. The batch workload, which used to take 8 to 9 hours earlier, has come down to 1 to 2 hours. And they're very happy with, the improvement in performance, the improvement in, the workload where it's able to actually respond to the requirements of the business in a much more agile way. And it is scaling as their business is evolving very quickly. All right. Now, let me hand it over to Bhaskar to dive deeper into HPUX.
Thanks, Ranga. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, wherever you are. I'm Bhaskar, and I'm Product Manager in Integrity Systems for Service Card Solutions on HPUX and Linux, providing business continuity and disaster recovery for mission-critical workloads like Oracle, SAP, SAP HANA, etc. Now, let us look into salient features and improvements introduced in HPUX that can help meet your growing demand for mission-critical applications. Next slide. Before looking into what Veritas 6.1 has to offer, let me set the context in how we approach a file system capability when we introduced on HPUX. Veritas introduces a file system, and after that, it's a 15 to 18-month effort in order to make the file system mission critical ready. Meaning we take the file system from Veritas, test it for our mission critical configurations that our customers love, and we stand by that configuration in order to make it mission critical and available to our customers. To that effect, we have introduced Veritas 6.1 with increased availability and efficiency. Enterprise data centers are striving to provide a high level of service for their customers and applications. There exists a constant underlying goal to do so at a reduced complexity and cost. However, meeting those goals without sacrificing performance or availability has so far been elusive. Advancements in HPUX file system and data management solutions provide a full suite of data and application availability tools in a single solution to bring performance, availability, and flexibility to the data center. Combined with unmatched read and write capabilities, enterprises can achieve better results at a much lower cost than alternatives. The file system based on Veritas 6.1 can be classified under 4 different buckets: highly scalable, business continuity, ease of use, and improved performance. Under highly scalable, the questions that we have heard from our customers are: can infrastructure scale better and provide right data at right time at optimal cost? Features like data deduplication, multi-threaded thin reclamation can help reduce cost and meet growing demands of data growth. Under business continuity, the questions that we try to get answers and features are: can applications be fault tolerant from underlying infrastructure faults? Can I perform online operations? Yes, you can do so. For example, Cluster Volume Manager IO Shipping provides an option to handle loss of connectivity to the disk by redirecting application IOs over the network. The next bucket, simplicity and reduced manual intervention or even ease of use. Can I achieve the above with simple steps? Yes, with tools like dynamic reconfiguration and command completion help these tasks complete online. Can I achieve all of the above said without impacting performance? The answer is yes. With improvements for 256 core systems, administrative IO throttling, and better reclamation speeds help our customers to go forward and reach their required levels of performance. HPE has been listening to customers and what their critical needs are in the above mentioned areas, and have been working with Veritas behind the screens to bring these enhanced capabilities to file systems. We have ported a key service card for Linux feature called a Smart Quorum to HPUX 11i v3. It is a logic and it is an enhancement and optional logic to a current quorum server. Now, what it does actually is quite fascinating. It enables it minimizes the unnecessary failover for critical workloads, putting you right in control of when an application should fail over, should a disaster happen. Currently, in case of split train scenario, the quorum server waits for the quorum request and grants it to the first set of nodes that reach to the quorum server. This can trigger failover of critical workloads, and the application restart can cause delay in resuming the production. The new solution would provide option in the cluster to define preferred packages, and the request from nodes running preferred packages would be given priority. The quorum server would wait a given time period for requests from nodes running preferred packages. If there is no preferred request until timeout, then it would grant requests to the other set of nodes to form the cluster and initiate a failover. Few advantages include failovers become more intelligent, they don't run with majority of nodes forming a cluster, critical applications get preference, and cluster waits for its response. Changes in quorum server logic allows asymmetric node support now with HPUX. What that means is you can leverage unequal number of nodes between two sites. The requirement to have exact replica between two sites is no longer required with asymmetric support that can be achieved through Smart Quorum. This reduces the capital expenditure to maintain big secondary sites. Slide. We have been working with Oracle to certify Oracle 12c rack with Service Card Storage Management Suite. Just to set a context, Service Card Storage Management Suite is a cluster file system based on Veritas 6.1 with version number A05.00. And we are glad to announce that Service Card Storage Management Suite based on Veritas 6.1 has been certified with Oracle 12c Rack R1. Below is a screenshot of the same related to metadata within oracle.com. By this, you can deploy Service Card Storage Management Suite with confidence that it is supported on HPUX 11i v3. Next slide, please. Late last year, we announced patches for online VPAR migration for i4 service. We are happy to announce with this new server lineup i6 servers Kitson, and as Ranga mentioned earlier, that vPAR online migration is available for i6 based servers as well with 1705 release. It is an important milestone in the evolution of HPUX and a complex product that we have been making for the last few years. Now, let us glance at the benefits offered by online vPAR migrations. Can customers avail improved availability? Yes. They can patch a vPAR host or VSP without disrupting vPAR workloads. They can integrate a workload in response to system alert that can potentially fail a VSP or a target system. We'll also see how customers flex their workloads with vPAR online migration. They can not only use this online migration to load balance workloads on target systems, but also they can separate workloads on a different hosts based on predictive spikes. Additionally, they can migrate onto another hardware to take specific advantages on the target. Moving to the next major attraction that have come out from the stables of HPUX. As Ranga mentioned earlier, we recently introduced stack support for HPUX. With this capability, customers can now manage integrity and industry standard servers within a single pane of glass using OpenStack. Private cloud management tools like OpenStack not only modernizes your integrity infrastructure, but it also addresses the problem of having dedicated HPUX admins to manage your data centers. OpenStack for HPUX today is able to manage bare metal and virtualized integrity deployments for theoretically all versions of HPUX of 11i v3 Fusion update releases. Helion OpenStack also provides professional services to tailor the OpenStack environment for your data center. We've also been improving our Ignite UX and the security capabilities in order to follow the open source community. For example, Ignite UX software is now fully integrated with Veritas file system and Volume Manager 6.1 that are shipped by HP. And as part of HPUX 11i v3 2017 update release, Ignite UX has been enhanced to work with Veritas file system and Volume Manager 6.0.5. This increases the versions of file system and Volume Manager supported by Ignite UX and meets varying customer demands. Furthermore, we also support HPUX with LTO Generation 7 drives that deliver the latest in tape technology with more than 15 terabytes of compressed capacity. We're also pleased to announce that HPE SIF server version 4.5.3 is released on HPUX 11i v3. It is based on Samba 4.5.3 for integrity service. It includes new features, defect fixes, and is based on latest stable Samba series. We've also made open source refresh with OpenSSL 1.02, SendMail, and Apache. And finally, with HPUX, no ransom, no cry.
We have talked about what is available with the refreshed Kitson-based servers so far, and then the improvements that come with HPUX and how they actually come together to create significant value for you. And all of those solutions are available to be ordered in June, and they're available for you to use immediately thereafter. So, the other aspect that we wanted to touch base with you here is about how do we build further on this entire refreshed server line and then update HPUX. So we understand HPUX customers value continuity. And then you run business critical applications, and you would like the core of your enterprise to continue to run and then scale as your business scales, and then not really interrupt your business in any way. So long support life cycles are necessary, and then the appropriate improvements becoming available to you at known frequency is also important to gain confidence. So, like I mentioned earlier, we are extending the support of HPUX with Gibson all the way up to 2025, and then we stay committed as HPE to continue to bring up yearly innovations in HPUX via software update releases. And these have continued to come out over the last few years. And then our ability to, add additional new innovations into 11IV3 has gotten a lot better. As you saw, all the improvements that Bhaskar talked about have been added into 11IV3, and our intent is to continue on the trajectory and then continue to add new innovations into HPUX over time. So, beyond that, we are also introducing new technology, non-volatile memory-based workload accelerator. And, the intent here is to provide significant performance improvements to customers. And the idea is basically to provide fast, reliable memory and a significant chunk of that on the server itself so that the workloads can take advantage of it. And I will talk to you a little bit more about it in this. The other aspect that we want to share with you is our vision for the future, where we are actually building a choice point for HPUX workloads to get containerized and then run on x86 platform. So this has been a long-standing demand for some preferred to move the workloads to x86. The difference that we are bringing to the solution is that as you transition to that, the workloads will continue to run as is. There is no change needed in applications or in the workloads, and the same workloads will get containerized and then can be moved onto a future x86 based platform. So let's dive a little deeper into the lighting. And before that, a quick reminder of the mention to you, 11IV3 goes up to 2025. Most of you probably are aware that HPUX 11IV1 and 11IV2, also known as 1111 and 1123, went out of support end of 2015, and currently it is prior version support without sustaining engineering. So, for customers that are okay with, getting support without sustaining engineering, that option is available. A lot of customers have adopted and utilized that benefit. So, that continues to be available until 2019. And the standard support on 11IV3 goes up to 2020. So, getting to this non-volatile memory, technology. So, like I mentioned, the idea is to provide fast, reliable, non-volatile memory on the server. So, what we are really doing is adding that memory on a PCI slot on the server. So, this is a significant amount of fast memory that's available, and that can be used by applications, either as block storage itself or as transition memory for scratch data. So if there are analytics workload that have a number of temp data that needs to be stored on a fast storage, this acts as a fantastic choice point. And what we understand is that your workloads will need to get seamless benefit of it, and we are actually investing in software to make all of these benefits related to the introduction of non-volatile memory technologies to be available seamlessly to applications. So there are two phases of the solution that we are introducing right now. space, which will be available in August, will bring a P3700 based solution. So this solution is from Intel. So we have excellent partnership with Intel, both on the processor and on this technology. So we are building on P3700 based solution, and then we are making that solution available with Kitson based servers in August, and immediately thereafter, Intel is coming out with what's called 3D Crosspoint. It's also called Coldstream. It's a code name that's given to it, which is expected to provide a significant performance improvement over the initial P3700. So we are actually working very closely together across the companies, and you can expect to see the phase 2 Coldstream based solution adoption come into Kitson based servers early next year. So some of the performance numbers that we have run with these solutions are yielding very encouraging results, and that is the reason why I mentioned to you earlier, when we go from Paulson-based servers to Kitson-based servers that have non-volatile memory technology, there is significant performance improvement, and the messaging that we are sharing with you is that you can expect about 30% workload performance improvement as you go from the older servers to the newer. On to the vision for the future. All right. So, HPUX has evolved over time. HPUX initially was running on PA based processors. Over time, we moved that to Itanium based solution, and the software continued to evolve, and it evolved seamlessly. And the workloads have continued to evolve along with operating environments. It's provided the binary compatibility for very long duration, and then it's provided scalability and then stability that is needed for mission critical applications. So as we go forward, what we are building on is this idea that we could provide a choice point to customers to containerize their HPUX environment that includes the application and the HPUX, and then run it unchanged on x86 box, future x86. So this provides the best of both worlds to customers. x86 performance has continued to evolve, and then for customers that prefer to go there and then run HPUX workloads unchanged, that will be a significant positive choice point. We demonstrated early prototype of this solution at Discover in Barcelona last December, and received very positive feedback from customers that actually saw that. And then we are, based on the feedback and inputs that we have received from customers and partners, we are continuing to build on the vision. And this is something that we will talk more about and then share more details with you as we progress. But the larger point in all of this is, we are investing to innovate and then provide, a future for HPUX workloads where the workloads can continue to run on, architecture that is beyond Itanium as well. And we are adding that innovation into HPUX, and it delivers the architecture independence and provides long-term stable future that customers are looking for. So essentially that means you can invest on new generation of HPUX with confidence, and we will continue to innovate and then provide newer choice points to evolve the solution over time. So just a quick glance over some of the courses here. Reminder that, support plays a critical role, and HP's support, now branded Point Next, has continued to provide, very positive, service to customers, and a number of customers have actually chosen to, go with HP platforms solely based on the fact of the quality of support that they get from HP. And we will continue to make that high-class support available to customers as we go forward. And the data center care, proactive care, foundation care. So these are things that you are familiar with, and those continue to be available, and they cover the newest generation of Itanium servers. So this is some of the resources, in case you're interested. Would encourage you to take a look at updated information that's available on these web pages. There is a interesting thing on white papers are there, which actually talk about how you can utilize the improvements in your environment. There is also, YouTube channel that is available that actually, perspective from experts on how to manage and then run, HPUX on HPUX solutions. This is a webinar series that we are running, and the next webinar will be on 15th of June. Appreciate if you can participate, and that will be about diving deeper into how to do an upgrade and then how to do it effectively and easily. Right. So just summarizing, all that we have shared with you so far is, there is a refresh to the Itanium server line, blades, pseudomes, and racks based on kits. There is a new HPUX Fusion that enables you to, upgrade and update seamlessly. We have refreshed the entire I/O and the connectivity options with, 3PAR and XP are refreshed, and then newest options are available for you to use. And net, right? We are also investing on newer innovation that give you confidence to invest, right now. So you get assured future, continuous innovation, and then much improved total cost of ownership with HPUX. So that's about what I had to share. So let me hand it over to Arup for the next segment.
So thanks everyone for overwhelming participation, and I would also like to thank our presenters, Ranga as well as Bhaskar, for a great and insightful presentation.